Majuba. We pay homage, it's the Illa Juba. We seek the great spirit's approval, manifesting the ancestral maneuver. As the Orishas move you, my child, let me speak to your spirit. You warriors calling a little louder, I want you to hear it. Just face it, don't fear it. Your mirror reflection, revere it. Shadow work, you will clear it. Just the seasons will change. You are called to rise. Open your eyes, realize, rearrange. It's not a game, press pass through your pain. We are not mediocre nor mundane. You are great now, claim your new name. Break free from the chains. I just want you to see through and see true. See yourself as all of the Mari sees you. The God in you, manifest your breakthrough. Standing tall, seeing life from a bird's eye view. While manifesting your Odu. We keep it real, real life and reveal. It's all in me, my destiny. I will find, follow, fulfill my destiny. Majuba, we pay homage, it's the Illa Juba. We seek the great spirit's approval, manifesting the ancestral maneuver. As the Orishas move you. Just the Illa Juba.
Hey, Abora boy, this is Olu Fakola Day, Ekaro and Ekabo. Welcome, and we thank you all for joining us. Thank you for rocking with us this morning. This is our Ile Juba Ifa Temple service, where we basically come together and share Ifa verses in a sermonic format and assist us in finding, following, and fulfilling our destiny. So before I begin with our sermon of the day, let us begin with prayer. Olodumare, please support us. Ifao, please support us. Aboro Aboye Bochushe, we call on Ejogbe. Allah knows the merciful one. Olore, the benefactor. Subemi, the supporter. Magbemiti, he who never fails to give support. Afilara, he who shakes off envy. Lo Sotoro, he who covers one with wealth. Eroko, the owl of the water front, is the one who gave birth to La Rogbe, the mother of Oyimbo. Alanu, the merciful one, is the name of Ifa. Ifa, please show my family mercy. Olore, the benefactor, is the one named Odu. Odu, please be benevolent to me and my relatives so that we can come and show our gratitude. Sugbemi, the supporter, is the name given to Eshu Odara. Eshu Odara, please give my family your support. Bagbemiti, he who never fails to give support, is the one that is named after Ori. My Ori, please do not oppose me. Afilara, he who shakes off envy, is the name given to Shango. Shango, please protect me day and night. Lo Sotoro, he who covers wealth, is the name given to Sapona. Obaluaye, please do not let me see your wrath. Iroko, the owl of the water, the waterfront, is the one who gave birth to La Rogbe, the mother of Oyimbo. Please let all good things in my life happen for me and my friends. Nobody can know your names. No one can know the 8 of you for that person to suffer from lack of spouse, for that person to lack wealth, for that person to lack blessings and children and all good things of life. Ejiogbe, what you usually use to give all good things in life to a person, which makes that person to succeed, go and use it to bring me my own Ire in life. Let me as well be successful. Ifa, please let all of our members, all of our family members, all of our loved ones, all of those who are associated with this temple, all those who are viewing and watching at this time, help them to also be successful. Help blessings to come to all of us. Ifa, please ward off all death, ward off all sickness, ward off cases, controversy, ward off fights, ward off litigation, losses and outright fights, ward off witchcraft and negative energy from us. Bring forth to us long life. Give us wealth. Give us good children. Give us peace of mind. Give us joy. Give us success and all the wonderful things of life. Before at this time, we want to say incantation for our own protection and also for honor. Emma kami mene ama, Emma kami mene ano, Emma kami mene atelokun, etamuole, tori ifa lonimi, ebora timpanini, enebanami, àwọn àti ifa lelejo, ifa. You, please, we are saying, do not let us be found in those who are bound, those who are beaten. Why? It is because we are children of the Irumole. We are children of the Ifa. So if anyone comes to harm us, anyone comes to dishonor us or dethrone us, then they have the Irumole to answer to. Ashe, Ifa, we ask that you would continue to ward off all the Adogun. Move my ego out of the way so that we can hear words from you, so that we can hear words from Olodumare. Ashe, we call on the Odu, Ifa, Oshetra. Tanya, the fetal tubu, the stripe of a chameleon is not big enough to be this headgear. Had it been enough to be this headgear, I would have taken it home and done my hair with this. These Ifa's decorations to Aruela and going on spiritual mission to Ijebun. We call locals in send pay money, call Salsa and make rich, call Oshe Aruela is a good owl, Oshetra, I kick it in Bagisa. We actually up against the tree, Kathy fought for a rumor when he see Iba, and I share from all of them. If in our wall tells you you should be wealthy, you shall surely be wealthy. A kick in Bagisa in the mouth of an owl, Zazibana share in the mouth of an owl. If no church have joy, you should surely have joy. A kick in Bagisa in the mouth of an owl, Zazibana share in the mouth of an owl. If no church have victory, you surely have victory. A kick in Bagisa in the mouth of an owl, Zazibana share in the mouth of an owl. To esi, maybe so, surely shall it be. Show. Aje orisha lẹ́nu mi, Aje orisha lẹ́nu mi. Bọ́bọ́ tí mo bá màmá wí o, ìrúmọlẹ̀ ó bà. Ifá ó bà o, Aje orisha lẹ́nu mi. Tí mo dúró, tí mo súré, bí mo bẹ̀rẹ̀, tí mo súré, bí mo kúnlẹ̀, bí mo kúrẹ̀, bí mo jókòó, tí mo súré. Everyone put your hands on your head. Our Ori is our good luck charm. Ori yani la rure yani o. Ori yani la rure yani. Mojulo mi fawa mori. Ori yani la rure yani. Ashe. Bobore chasu. Iva oba lorun. Atiba chaju. Ifá ọba lọ́run, ó ṣe àrú ìlà Ifá ti bọ́. Olodumare and the divinities, we thank you for life, we thank you for health, we thank you for food, clothing, and shelter. We ask that you will continue to support us. Continue to let us be as great as we need to be. Help us in following and fulfilling that greatness. We ask that Olodumare would hear us. May the words spoken today be heard and accepted by Ifa. May the words today be heard and understood and sanctioned and supported by the Irumole, the Orisha, and our Egun and our Ori. Aboru, Aboye, Aboshishe. Aboto, good morning. Ekaro, Ekabo. Thank you all so much for joining me today Once again, this is Olu Fakola de Edinkaifa Temple. I have two cameras. I got one here, so I'm gonna be looking up and down. So forgive me for all of that. But before we jump into this today, I want to thank everyone, and I want everyone to please, please, please like and share, and also I want you to communicate with me in the chat. I want you to let me know where you're from, and we will give you a shout out, send out some love to you at the end. This is going to be very call and response oriented and very participatory. So please get ready. So today's theme. Last week, we spoke about crossing the threshold. But when we think about this process of crossing that threshold, crossing the threshold is not the same as arriving. Crossing the threshold is not the same as becoming. So today we ask the harder question. And that harder question is, what do you do after you cross? I want everybody to type in the chat, after I cross. After I cross. So today, we will discuss a very deeply understood truth that is confirmed by what Ifa says. And that truth is this: alignment is not proven by your intention. Alignment is not proven or sanctioned by your want. Alignment is only proven by repetition. Alignment is proven by repetition. Everybody type that. So in Ifa, nothing happens once. Nothing powerful just happens once. And what I mean by that is, in the process of accomplishing something powerful, it doesn't come as a result of, there's so much behind what happens that is great. What do I mean? A prayer is not said once. Ebo is not offered just once. Character is not proven once. Ifa watches our patterns, not our promises. Ifa watches our patterns, not the things that we promise. Because you could be just whistling Dixie. Let us look at the Odu Ogbelada. Ifa says, and sing, countering the hour of noontime. Adaba, Susu, the gentle dove, the hour of the morning. They were the ones who cast Ifa for Dambiriki, the offspring of Ekurubona. He was the one who was advised to offer Ebo for him, to have positive reproaches in life. He was advised to offer Ebo and complied. Before long, not too far, all Ire came trooping in. It is the positive reproach of wealth that I am seeking. Dambiriki, Ifa, please let me have good reproaches to lay claim to. It is the positive reproach of spouse. Dambiriki, please let me have good reproaches to lay claim to. In this Odu, there was a man by the name of Dambiriki, and he was the son of Ekurubona. And this young man was very hardworking. He was very dutiful, and he wanted to become great in life. And what he did is he pursued all avenues that really would make him great in life. And he pursued all the good things that were endorsed and supported by the community. He never did anything that was bad. He never did anything that was illegal. He never even ventured past things that Ifa didn't support. So within this process, Dambiriki was also very poor. And he wanted to be certain that Ifa would provide all his needs. He knew, however, that Ifa would provide those things. So he went for Ifa consultation to see what he needed to focus on in order to attain all the good things in life. He went to the Babalawos mentioned in the verse, and he asked them, he said he wanted to know when his success would come and how it would come. This is a very interesting process because he didn't ask if his success would come. He asked when and how. He never doubted that his success was coming. He just wanted to know when and how it would come. He wanted to know from Ifa how to focus his energy to be the most successful. And what should he focus on? Ifa revealed the Odu Ogbe Alara. And the Babalawo told him that he would be extremely successful. He would also be able to have positive reproaches. And Ifa told him a couple of things. The advice was this: do not be in a rush for success. And at no level should you entertain any anxiety or fear. He was also told that what he wanted would be very close to him. He merely needed to offer ebo and be consistent. Everybody type in the chat, be consistent. So after this, Danbiriki followed the advice of the Babalawo, and he continued to work hard. He continued to be very, very gracious, and he continued not to envy anybody else's success. He continued not to be angry, and he continued to have this air of knowing that he would be great. He knew that his success would come, and he knew it would come at the most appropriate time. He thought, spoke, and acted, and he even moved in a right and exact manner. So one day, his next door neighbor invited him on a fishing trip, and Danbiriki went for Ifa consultation to confirm that this fishing trip would be a good thing. So he casted Ifa. Ifa said, yes, it'll be fine and you'll be greatly successful. He went on that fishing trip and he caught so many fish. Both of them caught so many fish. After they caught so many fish, they sold the fish and then got a lot of money. And then Danbiriki and his partner became good best buds. And they would go and fish often. And they would catch many fish and they would sell their fish. And they started a whole business around this. And that business made them both very wealthy. They began to have the various luxuries of life. About a year and a half later, Danbiriki's business partner said, hey, you need to get married. And they went and did all the necessary rituals. And Danbiriki's good friend assisted him in finding a great spouse. When they found the great spouse, Danbiriki and the young lady got married, and they did all the rituals for their marriage to be a success, and everything was good. A year after the marriage, Danbiriki became a father. And then as he was a father, he was a husband, he was a business owner, and then his wife started to work with him on the fishing business. And then their money grew. And then the child began to work with the father and the mother on the fishing business, and they became extremely, extremely wealthy. Ifa says that they bought horses, they bought homes, and the person that Danbiriki was when he first came for Ifa consultation was not the same person that walked out of the door of the Babalawo. So this story leads us to our very first point. And that first point is this: consistency sustains blessings. Y'all can type that in the chat. Consistency sustains blessings. Ogbelara teaches us that good fortune will leave with instability. One must remain focused. No matter what, Dambiriki remained focused. He never lost hope. He always had a sense of knowing. He never second guessed his confidence in Ifa. His alignment was confirmed by his consistency. Blessings are confirmed when discipline and consistency are maintained. Blessings are lost when behavior becomes erratic. Let's analyze this Yoruba proverb. The house that is swept once will gather dust again. The house that is swept once will gather dust again. The house that is swept daily becomes a place of honor. This proverb is very clear. What you do on a daily basis matters more than what you do dramatically. Imagine yourself microdosing, healing every day. Then that multiplies the healing moving forward. Imagine microdosing prayer and good character every day. It goes a long way in the long run. It matters more than being good one day, giving away turkeys on Thanksgiving, and then murdering people throughout the year. Doing a little good every day goes much farther than doing a lot of good at one point. What you do daily matters. I want y'all to type in the chat, what I do daily shapes my destiny. What I do daily shapes my destiny. When we think of that, what you do daily matters more than what you do dramatically. Let's look at the Odu Ifa. Ogbeyeku Ifa says, a courageous person cannot initiate into Ifa. A wise person cannot award a chief title to himself. A sharp knife cannot fashion its own handle. These were Ifa's declarations for Ogbeyeku, who shall organize all the Amulu in a specific manner. He was advised to offer Ebo. He complied. Before long, not too far, join us in the midst of joy. Come and perceive all the array of life. This is the story of the 256 Odu. And the Oju Odu, there were 16, and then there were about 240. The remaining Odu, the Oju Odu or the Omo Odu. Okay? So the first 16 and then the other 240. In this Ifa, it talks about when the Odu Ifa Ofumeji had committed some sort of transgression, and also Oshemeji had committed some sort of transgression together. They had committed something that banished them to the back of the line. So when we know what we know is initially Ofumeji was first on earth, and Oshemeji was right next to Ofumeji, Epa, and the Odu Ejiogbe was last. So when we think of this, Ofumeji and Oshemeji had done something that was not good, and this made them lose their position. And when those Odu Ifa lost their position and it switched up, the last ones became first and the first ones became last. This brought shockwaves of confusion to the Oju Odu, the other, 240. When those other Oju Odu came into the world, Ofunshe, which it was the 17th Odu in the position, and Ogbeyeku at this time was the 256th Odu, the very, very, very last Odu. And as I said before, as a result of their bad actions, Ofumeji and Oshemeji were removed from their position and put to the back. Instead of being 1 and 2, they became 15 and 16 in the position. And when this happened, the Oju Odu became very, very, very confused. They didn't understand. They did not respect each other's position any longer because they didn't understand the order of seniority or hierarchy. This issue went on for many years. One day, Ogbeyeku, which at this time was the 256th Odu, decided he would bring order and hierarchy to the group. So he thought of this plan, and then he went for Ifa consultation to make his plan manifest. He asked the Babalawo, would he be successful? And the Awo told him that he would not only succeed, but he too would be highly respected and honored. So he went on and prepared himself. And the Babalawo told him that he would be criticized, humiliated, and even bullied. But he needed to offer a bow and stay the course. The key words here, offer a bow, stay the course, and be organized and be hardworking. So as he went through this process, he had done his abo, and he went back to the group, and he uttered his idea to all the Oju Odu, and the first Odu that got angry was Ofunshe. Ofunshe, which at this time was the 17th Odu, got very angry and was like, you are trying to pervert the system. You're trying to take my position. And at that meeting, Ofun Oshe convinced all the other Oju Odu to work against Ogbeyeku. And they did. They went to Ofunshe for their orders. And it still didn't make sense to even them. At a certain point, Ogbeyeku went and took a poll of consensus to check what the 16 major Odu thought. He said, look, if it would be wise if we follow if we follow the order of the 16 major Odu. So Ejogbe, Yekumeji, Iworimeji, Idimeji, Irosumeji, Oromimeji, so on and so forth. And then at the end, it would be Oshemeji and Ofumeji, Epa, and then it would start with Ogbeyeku, Ogbewori, Ogbedi, and so on. So Ogbeyeku got the consent from the 16 major Odu. Yes, follow the order that we are in. So he followed that order, and he took that poll, found the consensus, and finally he shared that consensus amongst the other Odu. And that was the way the problem was solved. There was initial pandemonium, but after Oyeku Logbe shared this, took the consensus, worked hard, and was consistent, only then did he achieve the goal. When we look at this, Ifa, the next point is this. Hard work and organization are essential for alignment. When we think of that, in this case, Ogbeyeku, in my opinion, moves like a cosmic activist for logic and correctness. He even takes a poll to get the consensus of what everyone thinks. So when we think of this, his success and his alignment did not come haphazardly. As alignment doesn't happen haphazardly. Alignment comes through agreement. He worked until everyone finally agreed, and they agreed based on what made sense. Alignment happens when you work hard. Alignment happens when you are thorough and you are using management, you are using accountability, and you are using scheduling. Alignment comes through becoming accountable to the process of following your destiny. So let us analyze this last verse of Ifa. This comes from Ogunda Meji. Ifa says, Kanran Jogbon is the king of ropes in the forest. This is the Awohukasti Ifa for Afeyinti Jogbon Obi, when lamenting his inability to achieve all Ire in life. He was advised to offer a bow, and then he complied. Travelers to Ipo and Ofatan. Before he reclined eating 30 kola nuts, all Iran life was in reach of that awo. This is the story of a man by the name of Baba Afeyinti Jogbon Obi, and his name literally means he who reclines and consumes 30 kola nuts. And this man had several things in mind. Several things he wanted to accomplish and several things he was doing, but none of the stuff that he was doing was manifesting for him. This frustrated him greatly. He went for Ifa consultation, and the Babalao told him that he would achieve all the wonderful things of life, and he would do so within 30 days. So Baba was advised to offer a bow and also give his Ifa one kola nut every day for 30 days. And doing this would ensure greatness. Offer a bow, offer one kola nut every day for 30 days and pray. So this leads me to the third and final point of the day, and that is discipline creates movement. Discipline creates agitation. When you think about discipline, discipline is a process of essentially doing what you don't want to do and making it as if it's fun for you to do. It is not fun to clean a Ifa that's full of palm oil all the time. But it must be done. It takes discipline to do that. It takes discipline to pay the bills. It takes discipline to follow instructions. Why? Because there's some kind of greater goal. And this is the aspect where ritual perfunctory function is essentially important. Because there are times when you have to move. There are times when you have to do things that you don't like. Or times when you have to do things where you don't understand the outcome. Discipline is going to be the thing that keeps you on your path to create movement and agitation and get you from one point to the next. When we look at this verse, this Ifa is talking about action. It's talking about structure. It's talking about repetition. And it is talking about labor. It's talking about work. This Odu Ifa also warns us that inconsistency and impulsiveness are problematic. Because the moment, if you're doing that ritual and you miss a day, It's not like you can be like, okay, I missed just to let me do 2 today. No, you got to do 1 every day. If you miss a day, you got to start over. Inconsistency and impulsiveness are problematic. The road opens for you when you walk it daily. The road open. No one who sprints once and rests forever is successful. If you are only spiritual when things are visible, you are not aligned. You're performing. Alignment, as I said, is proven in the unseen. It's proven in the days when people can't see you, when nobody is watching. Consistency sharpens destiny the way iron sharpens iron. Now, let's look at it like this. Ifa is not impressed by occasional prayer, inconsistent attendance, emotional spirituality, on again, off again devotion. What does Ifa respond to? Ifa responds to regular and consistent Oshe-Ifa. Ifa responds to good character. Ifa responds to predictable discipline. Ifa responds to steady offerings. Ifa responds to daily acknowledgement of your Ori. Ifa responds to consistency. When we think about this, I want us to ask ourselves, do I pray only when I need something? Is my character consistent across environments? In every environment, am I consistent? Does my Ori recognize me daily? If you are in alignment, if alignment were judged by your routine, would Ifa recognize you? If alignment were judged by your routine, does Olodumare see you? Of course, Olodumare sees you all the time, but are you acknowledging that? I want folks to think about this. When we think of this consistency key to alignment, I want you to notice that you need to manage your morning. Your morning routine is the thing that will make and or break you. What do? Do you roll over and scroll? Do you wake up and pray? What do? Do you work out? Do you get your green juice together? Right? What are you doing? What are you doing to benefit your destiny every day? What are you doing to benefit purpose every day? So I want us to ask ourselves, once again, if I was judged by my routine, would the Irumole see me? In closing, let us mention these things, these main points, these ideas. What is that? 1, consistency is not exciting. Consistency is not loud. Consistency is not glamorous. It's not lights, camera, action. But what consistency is, it is spiritual maturity. Anyone can cross into the threshold as we have crossed into the new year. But only the disciplined can remain aligned. Consistency is key to alignment. And alignment brings you blessings. Alignment brings you Ire. Ire comes through discipline. And discipline is the love of your destiny. In closing, may our Ori accept our routine. May our hands return daily to us what is sacred. And may Ifa trust us with blessings that last. Aboro Aboye, Aboshishe Aboto. I want to thank everyone once again for joining us today. And let me see who's here in the chat. All right, I see you. Aboro Aboye, Aboshishe Aboto, good to see y'all. I'm seeing y'all on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook Messenger, Ekaro. Good to see you. I think that's James. All right. Story support, Ekaro. Ekaro. All right. I'm just popping these on for us. So as I'm popping these on, good to see you, Ia. Good morning, Ekaro. So in terms of this, I want to make some announcements. Itarogun, we did Itarogun, and we offered the Ebo for Itarogun. Itarogun Odu was Ogbesa, so we've offered the Ebo. It was on Friday. If you are interested in participating, you can donate below. We usually take $40 per family. So that covers your whole family. Good to see you, Baba Anthony. Hey, Aboro Aboye, good to see you. All right. So if you are interested in membership with Idinka Ifa Temple, you are certainly welcome. You can find us at www.idinkaifatemple.com. You can go to that website and learn more. We'll be doing classes for the general public the end of this month. I'll post the class and you can join via Zoom and we'll do it there. Also, if any of you are interested, if any of you are priests who are initiated, individuals who are initiated, and you're looking for Ifa training, you can be part of our Omo Awo program. And if you are interested in that program and that process, you can DM me and just DM me Omo Awo. Just say that, type that in, or type Omo Awo into the chat, and we'll send you the information. We're starting a new cohort this February. So please join us. If you would like to be a part of that Omo Awo program also, and you're in the Atlanta, Georgia area or McDonough, Georgia area, we're in McDonough, Georgia. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you. If you would like to be a part of that program, just hit me up on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of those platforms. All right, and we thank you all so much for joining with us today. So, with that, let us pray. Olodumare, we thank you for life. We thank you for health. We thank you for food, clothing, and shelter. We thank you for supporting us. Help us to go and do the work of alignment. Help us to go forth and do the work of consistency. Help us to work hard to be in alignment with our destiny so that we can surely manifest it. Thank you so much, and I pray that everyone is well. Have a great week, and we will see you next week. Aboru, Aboye, Aboshishe, Aboto.